I hope you were locked in, braced down, and ready for the storm of the century. Next.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
It's lunchtime. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunch with the Clydesdale. I'm the Clydesdale. He's
Cowboy.
And we are here bringing it to you. We've got the storm of the century rolling in Ohio, and I think all of the eastern side of the United States. I've heard rumor that Louisiana is supposed to get some snow this weekend.
It depends on which forecast you look at. As of right now, it's going to rain Saturday and Sunday and then stop sometime around 2 o'clock. And then Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be in the 20s in the morning. That was the last thing I saw earlier because me and the wife have a Mardi Gras ball to attend Saturday night.
Mardi Gras coming up. Yeah.
It's happening depending on who you ask or where you go. It's a whole thing. Right now, like I said, I looked at it this morning and it's going to rain. If you listen to the weather forecast on the radio, we're all going to die. Like everybody's going to die. Doesn't matter where you are, what's going on. They're all going to freeze to death and there's going to be 17 feet of ice and everybody's going to die. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. My wife texted me that their corporate office said, hey, everybody be prepared, work from home on Monday. Don't come in, because it's going to be too dangerous. And
yeah.
And maybe even extended through the week. And I'm like, this stuff happens every year. And I'm not saying we're not going to get it, but 50-50, we get it or we don't get it. And we'll probably get 2 inches of snow and it won't even affect anything because we're used to that here in Ohio and it won't be nothing.
Yeah.
But everybody is losing their damn mind. Going to the grocery store yesterday, I just went because I got paid. I wanted to go get some groceries, sure. And everything's gone. Everything's gone because, oh my God, we might be stuck for 2 days.
Oh, that's the best.
Well, and
50, go ahead.
Oh, no. The thing that's upsetting me is I have a biopsy on Monday and it's an hour drive north of here.
Yeah. And
so they called me today and they're like, well, we're going to set this up. You're going to be the first person in on Monday morning, be here at 6:30. But if they call for a level 3 snow emergency, we're canceling. Well, level 3 in Ohio means that you cannot drive. You're not allowed to drive on the road. So I get it. Okay. Level 3, I'm not allowed to be on the road or I can be arrested. Yeah. I don't want to be arrested trying to get to a biopsy, but everybody's gearing up like this is going to shut it all down. And we get snow in Ohio. This is not new.
Yeah, no, I think there's probably better ways to spend your Monday rather than getting arrested.
Trying to get to a biopsy.
Trying to get to a biopsy. I can think of better things you could probably be doing with your time. I have a family member who was upset that they didn't already cancel school on Monday as of last night for her child, even though we still have absolutely no, it might be 80 degrees, dude. It's South Louisiana.
Because, weathermen have never been wrong.
Oh, yeah, no.
Never
in history. Never in history. Me and one of my best friends in the entire world, Brian Short, have been saying for the past almost 30 years now that we missed our calling in life and we should have been part of a weather team. Like, because there's not just a weatherman anymore. They got a whole team now. It's been like
Oh, I
that for
know.
quite some time. And you don't have to be right. And here, where we live, it's the easiest thing in the world to do, especially like during the summertime. Hey, it's gonna be hot
And
and it
humid.
might rain. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be muggy. It might rain from 2 to 4, something along those lines, and the sun's gonna come back out. And it's gonna be miserable again, and it's gonna be the same thing tomorrow. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, we get a hurricane. Thanks. Back to you, Pam. Like, that's it. That's really all you have to do.
Jay Birch, they're supposed to get ice. Arlene Smith, ready in New England. In New England, you guys are scoffing at this. Like, okay. Cajun's going to party no matter what.
100%.
Bro, the VA told people to take the day off today, and I couldn't get an MRI.
That's terrible.
It hasn't even started yet.
That's terrible. That's insane.
When I lived in Florida in the Panhandle and there'd be a hurricane watch, the two places you could not get into were the grocery store and the liquor store.
Yeah. In probably about the same amount of ratio.
Yeah. And they were, I mean, the shelves were empty. Mark Phillips got some trees in the back I need to keep an eye on. Ice will bring them down quick.
We got a listener that her and I trade memes on a fairly Jacqueline. She's up in Canada, and she sent me what they're going to, like what their temperature is going to get down to, and it's like -40. And so I went and Googled how cold does that to be for oil to freeze, and it's just right about that temperature. As a matter of fact, somewhere between -30 and -40 degrees, and I'm like, that's too cold.
I was talking to my daughter this morning in Montana, and they're supposed to get down to -30. And she's like, yeah, people have heaters that they put on their engine block to keep the oil liquid so their car starts in the morning.
Yeah. So then lock up.
Jay Birch says block heaters. Yep.
Yeah. Bananas, dude.
Yeah.
Bananas.
And I'm betting you, like, we will get to Monday and it will be half of what they expected.
Oh, I wouldn't take that bet because I know better. There's no way.
I mean, every time there's like a possible tornado in Ohio, they like interrupt all programming on TV. You got the weather team out there like, I see possible rotation and this cloud form, you know, like over here. And it was the same for hurricanes in Florida. It like the weather team, I think they have orgasms during this stuff.
Oh, 100%. Well, because they have something to do other than stand in front of their blue screen and like try to figure out where their hands need to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the whole team gets to be together for a whole night. We get to break into programming. We're the stars of the show. So let's up everything that's possible by like 5 inches of snow because maybe they'll let us stay on a little bit longer.
Dude, the radio people are right down here, or I mean, because I don't watch network television, but like but I do listen to like the terrestrial radio quite a bit, especially in the morning times, and like those people are sick with it. It's a winter weather warning. It's a winter weather. Well, yeah, it's winter time. I would hope it would be a winter weather. It'd be weird if you'd be like, it's gonna get into 95 tomorrow, and it's January.
Jay Birch, we're in an all-electric apartment. I'm more worried about power loss. I am really lucky there. Really lucky because Chase Bank is like stone's throw. So we are on their electric grid, and it's all underground.
Yeah, I got a friend that lives stone's throw from the hospital in town. And she's like, every time something happens, she's like one of the first people to get her electricity back because they're right there by the hospital and they're on the same grid. It's fantastic. No, we got gas at the house, so I can cook. I can if the power goes out, I can light the fireplace, keep the house warm. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm knocking on wood, but in my 22 years of living in this house, we have never lost electricity.
I wouldn't say that out loud.
I knocked on wood, man. I did the thing. I did the thing.
Would not say that though.
Larry Young, people here in Houston can't believe we have cases on for Monday. In South Dakota, we get 20 inches and we will see you at work. I was talking to my mom, like my mom's like, well, they should just cancel school for Monday and Tuesday. And my mom's a lunch lady, right? And I get it. She's 80 years old. She does not want to go into work on Monday or Tuesday, right? But when I was a kid, like we never, ever shut down. And I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. So everything was a hill to get to like the next destination.
Right.
Our buses had chains on the tires to grip. And I had to put on like full like snowsuits just to go wait for the bus. And like nobody cared. Nobody cared about my well-being.
No, not at all. Oh, John.
John George. Sorry, I'm late. Update 78 and sunny here in the Villages. DM me if you want to change.
That's good stuff right there.
Shut down for snow. Okay, we waited for the bus in cold weather. We never shut down for snow unless it was like feet.
Which that makes sense though, right?
Now, if it was an ice storm, that's a different story. Like we don't mess with ice. That was the only time as a child that we literally got to not go to school.
I'll tell you like this: if it does manage to snow, that'll be twice in 2 years, which I've never seen in 48 years on the planet. Down here,
yeah,
obviously.
All right, so lots happening this morning. Kind of last minute. If you didn't see, Brian Friend was on with Hiller, and that video was released maybe an hour ago, maybe. And they're having a conversation about everything that's kind of happened from the point of Brian Friend leaving Savon's podcast, the video of the least friendly man in CrossFit, all the way up until today. I'm not through it all. I'm probably 80% through.
It's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah, I listened to it on 1.5 speed to get 80% in. And I think it's a good video. I think it's good that they sat down and they discussed all of the stuff that's kind of happened over the years and why Brian is where he's at. And even the interaction between Hiller and Brian. And Hiller even admits that he's kind of like a goldfish. And just because he has beef with you one day doesn't mean he remembers the beef another day. And so they actually had like a really interesting conversation. And I've never really talked about Brian publicly on this show. And there's a reason for that. And I'm going to say it now, and then I'll let Corey say what his thoughts are, because I know he's watched some of it too. When in 2021, I was a fledgling podcaster. I wasn't getting very far, and I decided that I was going to write a letter or an email to Justin LaFranco at Morning Chalk Up and see if I could take over their YouTube channel, which had been dormant for like 2 years. And he accepted that proposal, and Kat and I moved over to Morning Chalk Up, and we started doing some shows on there. And it was the bottom line. It's what Lauren Khalil eventually took over after we left. And our main guest was Brian Friend. He was on it more than anybody else. And anytime there was a big competition, we had him on to talk about that upcoming event and all the athletes that were there. And Kat and I had a horrible time at Morning Chalk Up. We were treated like shit. Everybody kind of tried to sabotage what we were doing. Nobody wanted to be our friend. It was an awful experience. Brian was the only one that supported us there. And he was gracious, giving up his time. He would stop what he was doing many times to come on live shots from different events we were at. He was very giving of his time. And so I've always had a hard time reconciling what's happened in the last couple years and everybody and their vitriol towards Brian and what I knew him to be when we worked together at Morning Chalk Up.
Right.
So I've always had a hard time kind of reconciling it. Now I know that as he got more and more popular, like some things had changed. And there were some things that happened that I did not care for, that Brian had done kind of to me and in our channel. I don't know how intentional some of that stuff was. And then there became a time where it became him and Patrick. And everybody kind of knows that Patrick and I have had a little bit of beef lately. And he is always finding ways to correct me in chats, in comment sections, in blah, blah, blah. Right. So I just kind of washed my hands of it all. And I'm not engaging any of that stuff anymore. So I'm having a hard time. And so I was really glad to see this video with Hiller and him having a sit down, and Hiller not really letting him kind of skate over topics and actually answering the topics. And so I thought it was really good. And for me, it's been a little cathartic just because to hear his answers, to see what his thought process was in different things. Will my relationship with him ever get back to what it was when I was at Morning Chalk Up? I don't know. I don't know if that ever is going to happen again. But that's where I am with it. And I've struggled with it for years. And I do think some of his takes and what he tries to take on is not what I agree with, but he's entitled to those opinions and he's entitled to say what he wants to say. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of say that because I've never really kind of addressed anything about Brian on this show. But that's really the reason why, because I had an experience with him that was not bad, that was actually good. And it's really been hard trying to reconcile everything around the space, with him in the last few years. Your thoughts?
I'm about halfway through. I'm kind of like in line with Mark Phillips. I don't know that I've gotten much new insight out of it. I do think what you said about him doing stuff, not realizing what maybe the consequences of doing whatever he's doing is probably pretty true. Just because of some of the stuff that he says, and like he remembers stuff differently than other people does. And you're always going to get, three versions of a story, right? Your side, my side, and what's the truth, which is usually somewhere in between there. So if and like you said, Andrew wasn't letting up. Like he was going to get some kind of answer out of him, whatever that might be, and then come back and rebuttal and be like, well, that's not how this person said it. That person usually being Savon. And Brian's sticking to his guns. So good for him. And that he actually gets an opportunity to address all of these things, and that Hiller he's a dog with a car, right? He catches it and he plays with it, does whatever he can, and then 3 days later he'll forget that it happened. I think that's very much a true thing. So I don't know that I got a whole lot more out of it. At times he definitely seems arrogant to me, but lots of people do. I'm not real good with the I did this, I did that, I did this kind of stuff. Never been settled with people who, claim other people's success for themselves, or that they contributed to it and then have to talk about it. Because I feel like if I say that, it's that I'm the reason why people are watching this show right now, then no, it's not. Like if you have to say it, it's not actually a thing that happened. Beyond that, like I said, I haven't finished it either because it is an hour and a half long, and I've had it on basically since I saw that it was live because I want to see what it was. So there's that.
Mark Phillips, I'm about halfway. Not sure I've gotten much new insight out of it. Yeah, I don't know if I got more insight other than there were a couple times where Brian said, and even you, Hiller, have seen that like the story that the rumors that were out maybe not were as true as you thought. And Hiller did agree with that. Andrew Sten, I think many things in life are done without realizing the impact it may have on others. I think that
Sure.
happens a whole lot. The last time I spoke to Brian in person was at the 24 CrossFit Games, and it was like a day after Lazar's death. So that is the last time I had spoken to him public or in person, and he was broken. Brian was broken that day. There was, like, there wasn't really much to talk about because of the where he was at that moment, and we were all kind of stunned at the very least. So that's the last time I talked to him in person. He did reach out to me about some of my comments on the WFP. I texted him back. He asked for a phone call. I hate talking on the phone. And I actually had some stuff going on that weekend. So I never did call him back about that. But I wasn't against having a conversation with him. It just was, the timing was really bad at that point. Ken Walters, Corey, how the hell big is your dog? It catches a car and plays with it. It usually like a dog on a bone for my guys.
They get big down there, Ken.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
When I said that killer's like a dog that caught a car.
Oh, gotcha. So it seems to be a really good video. It's a great video. You can speed up a little bit because neither one of them talk super fast.
No.
So when you even go to like 1.25 or 1.5, it doesn't seem too out of the realm of normal.
My problem with putting a video on 1.5 or 1.25, whatever, is that I have to be paying attention. Because if not, like I will get lost and I'll be like, what the hell did he just say? Like I have to be all the way in it. So I can leave it playing right here and still be doing some work and like have it run in the background where I'm listening to it. I'll probably listen to it 2 or 3 times before I actually finish it. Stopping, pausing, catching phone calls on my regular work.
Now, if you're listening to Corey, you have to put it on 0.75. You need to slow it down a little bit just to get it into the normal range.
So when I usually, especially if I get a hold of somebody who's moving to Louisiana from out of state and we're like looking to, get homeowners and get their auto insurance and whatnot, I usually lead off with, look, I talk a lot and fast. So if you don't be scared to tell me to stop or slow down. I get it. Like I'm not gonna be mad at you for fussing at me to stop.
Ken says you got gators down there.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
We ride them.
Yeah. So yeah, we had them in Florida, man. It was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gators all over the place down here.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a couple other things. The other day we brought up the WFP had signed some of their athletes. During that show, there was a revelation that a few more people had signed while we were on the air. It doesn't look like anybody else has been announced, but Emily Rolfe, Jack Farlow, Jennifer Muir, Nate Ackerman, and Pat Vellner have all signed their WFP contracts for the upcoming season. They've also added a Masters partner competition. I wish they would just do one thing. Get the one thing down and then start adding other stuff.
We have talked about that ad nauseum.
I mean, come on.
But you're not wrong.
I mean, how many teams did they have where the divisions were empty at tour stops?
There was that one dude where like
avoid
yeah, there was that one of them that I could have showed up with a team and been on the podium.
Yeah, it's just so yeah, they're adding a partner competition for Masters. Anyway, so that's who they are signed to contracts at this point. We also have Mayhem, who has had some more confirmation since we last talked. So we have Haley Adams, Mano Anganese, We have Saxon Panchek, Nick Matthew, Abigail Domit, Claudia Gluck, and Paige Rogers. Even with all the declines, the lineup for this event is pretty damn good.
Still pretty stacked.
No. I mean, we can say what we want, but it's going to be a fun competition to watch.
I'm curious to watch Saxon.
Yeah. He's got a lot to prove, right?
Yeah.
I saw a video with him training with Scott. I wonder if he's back up in Cleveland because I heard he was moving.
Oh. Might be.
I need to reach out to him.
You reckon he's hunkering down right now?
So this storm is supposed to be more brutal south than north, which is very opposite of what we usually get because we have lake effect and polar vortex and Alberta clippers here in Ohio that are all coming from the north generally. And this is coming from the south. So Cleveland's actually got less anticipated snowfall than we do in Columbus.
They're talking about, so I got a friend of mine doing TFX, and like he sent a thing this morning that showing like the long-term forecast and whatnot, possible snow next weekend at TFX. And I'm like, again, it's kind of a long way out to be worried about that kind of nonsense right now.
Jenny says, I live with a Cajun. I understand Corey just fine. Yeah, TFX, we're going to have Joe Valens will be shooting for us there.
Cool.
So we'll have some content coming in from TFX next week. Super stoked about that. Did you see the announcement? They're bringing in Don Fall and Chase to do some stuff with the affiliates at TFX next week. I think that's a cool thing to do while you have a big competition. So, Jay Birch on the 10s. Not supposed to snow at TFX next week. Jay Birch with weather on the 10s.
I love it.
Last time I was at TFX, it was the freaking wind, man. My tent, they gave us a canopy to do interviews under, and the wind, we had to like anchor it down with cinder blocks because the wind was going to take it. It was so windy there.
That's my biggest problem that's why I have not, I got a brand new pair of running shoes that I have not run in yet, because the days when I would normally go, it's been in the like mid high 30s in the morning, which is not necessarily a big deal, but it's also been 25-mile-an-hour winds. And I'm like, I'm not running in that. I'm just not. I will run when I get an opportunity to, but I am not running outside when it's anywhere in the 30s and windy at the same time. The last time I did that, my hands went numb. I was supposed to be out for like an hour and a half, and I came back in 45 minutes later. No thanks.
Yeah. You know what helps with all that? Getting a good night's sleep.
Oh, that's what I hate.
You know how you get a good night's sleep? You take some Thursday. And it's going to be a snowy weekend, right? You're already bunkered in. Might as well like sleep in and get that Thursday in your system, get a good night's sleep, get some REM. And then
if I was to take some Thursday, Scott, is there some sort of code I should put in when I buy it? Maybe at checkout, or
just use that code Jazzy. Yeah, Thursday.com/Jazzy, or use Jazzy as a promo code at checkout and you get 15% off your order. You get a good night's sleep on those snowy days.
I'm about to have to order some more. I'm almost out of my second bag.
Alito, hello both. Was just listening to the new Hiller Bryan episode with the popcorn. Yeah, we talked about that already. Phil DePooper, unrelated topic. Any suggestions for getting the general population of my gym to sign up for the open? Roughly 300 members, only 19 signed up. I'm really frustrated. My first question would be, are you the gym owner or just a member? How much promotion is being done about the open by your gym? The second thing I would say is, I think Savon has done an excellent job having affiliate owners on who are successful at getting people to sign up for the open and they have been sharing all the things they do in their gym to get people to sign up. And so I think there are some great tips and tricks that you can learn just by listening to those people who do it successfully.
I am going to get myself probably, I'm going to get with some of the other coaches too and see, who's got $20 to throw up to try to get some free members, get some free signups available and specifically for people like, I don't want to spend $20. Hey, you don't have to. Look at this. I got a free sign up. Go on and sign up.
Yep. Ken Walters, everyone is having a good night's sleep on Thursday. I haven't had any success falling asleep any faster, but love the flavor. So it took me a couple nights, Ken, and then it's not about faster for me. It's about deeper.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm experiencing.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
I will say this. I think I figured it out, and I'll hit you up, Ortega. Thank you. I will say this. I don't say I figured it out, but I take mine. I usually go sit on the couch sometime after I put Jameson to bed. And as soon as I start feeling like actually drowsy, get up, go to bed. And like by the time my head hits the pillow, and I got a sleep number bed, so we call it the magic bed. So like you get some, and all of a sudden it kind of does its whatever adjustment that it needs to do, and I'll wake up in its morning time. Like there's there's not a whole lot of, let me twist back and forth and move back around. Done. Like it's ridiculous.
Not faster, but deeper. Yeah, that's now going to be on my tombstone, I'm sure. Phil DePooper, a member, although I think I own the place. Owner is doing a decent job promoting, just not much interest. Yeah, there's a lot of us that are members but think we own the joint. I think that is part of being a CrossFitter. Once you have that attitude, you automatically get to say, I'm a CrossFitter. Lido, we just spam them on every single class. Lots of new members already signed up, which is great to see. Gym owner also programs a past open workout every week, which gives us a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of that too. Doing an open workout every week for the past 3 weeks for sure. And I don't coach a lot of evening classes, but when I do, I try to let everybody know, hey, the open is upon us. Sign up. Sign up, sign up, sign up. Like it's well worth it. It's going to be fun. You get to test yourself, see where you are, compare yourself to last year. Like, just bring up all of the things. And I'm hoping that everybody else is doing the same things, the guys who are coaching the evening classes, because our morning classes those guys have been there forever and a day, and they're probably not signing up, and that's fine. But the evening classes is where it's at. Like even the later morning, noon, and in the afternoon classes where the majority of our people come, and we need to get those people involved.
Our morning classes were probably the biggest participation.
Not us.
Those guys came in Friday morning, knocked it out first thing before work, and then they were done.
Not us. I mean, they're going to be doing it whether they want to or not. So there's that. But to get them to actually sign up, it's like pulling teeth.
It's going to be on Larry Young's tombstone?
Oh my
freaking
God.
Cardio Open.
I need to get Larry to run a 5K, see how that works out for him.
Yeah.
Sign him up for a 10K.
5K a month for a year.
Yeah. Or even just to run a mile for a day. Run a mile for a day for 30 days.
Yeah.
It'll change your outlook. Like, because after about 13 days in, you're like, it's just part of your day. I'm just going to go take my 10 minutes or so, whatever it takes me to go run my mile, come back, call it good.
So I'm glad we're talking about the open, because the last thing I wanted to talk about was, what is your favorite open workout ever? And what is your least favorite open workout ever?
Oh, man.
So I'll go first to give you some time.
Yeah.
So my favorite open workout ever was 14.3. 14.3 was alternating deadlifts and box jumps. And the deadlift increased. It started at 135 for 10, 185 for 15, 225 for 20, 275 for 25, and 315 for 30. And then I think it went to 365 after that. It was an 8-minute AMRAP. It was the most fun I've ever had in a workout. And it's the one open workout I felt like I was in the zone. And I had never hit a 315 deadlift because of my back. And I got to that part and I nailed like 12 in a row. It was my favorite. And like the entire gym, like converged on me when I was done with the workout and like smothered me like a pitcher at the end of like a playoff game.
Dog pile. Dog pile. Oh man. So my favorite's going to be anything that's got a gymnastics and a barbell more than likely, or so I just had to go look it up. And I haven't done it since then, but like 20.5 was 40 muscle ups, 80 calorie row, 120 wall balls, break it up however you want. So I did the 80 calorie row and 120 wall balls in 10 rounds, just real quick, running through it, 10 and 12 at a time. And I spent the next however long I spent trying to get a muscle up. And in 2020, I didn't have them yet. Or just couldn't get over the rings. I was so close. That one was pretty cool. But the one that was probably the next year, was it 21 or was it 22? It was a repeat. That was the giant chipper. So it was like a 60 cal row, 50 total bar, 40 wall balls, 30 cleans, and then 10 ring muscle ups. I've done that one 4 times. That's probably my actual, aside from this one that I want to do, I would love to do again. Was fun. That was super fun because like trying to get through everything and then get to the rings to try to get as many of them as you can before time runs out. And the fact that that's an AMRAP is amazing.
Lito's least favorite is any open workout with a deadlift in it. Jay Birch says max burpees for time. Is that your favorite or least favorite, dude? Because everybody says least.
Yeah.
Train Olive, least favorite deadlifts and bar facing burpees 10 to 1, 1 to 10, and thruster row. The deadlift burpee one, that's the one Sam Briggs yelled at me on.
The thruster row, Brandon actually programmed for us this week. That was Wednesday workout.
Mark Phillips, I like 23.2. Yes, I'm weird. Phil Cooper, 19.1 favorite. All the rest are least favorites.
Oh, 19.1 was wall balls and rowing. 19 and 19. That was my first ever. That was miserable.
Larry Young, the Dan Bailey in the garage one is one of the best programmed, even though I don't have dubs. Lito, favorite chest to bars and thrusters, whichever one that was. And burpees for time was his least favorite. Jay Birch liked the thruster row. 16.2. I think a lot of these toes to bar dubs and late cleans. And then Mark Phillips, 23.2, 5 burpee pull-ups, 10 shuttle runs, 5 burpee pull-ups each round.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was talking about. That was miserable.
My least favorite was the thruster row.
27, 21, 15, 9. Yeah.
There was a moment where I got off the rower and I went and I got my blender bottle to get a drink and seriously contemplated just walking out the door and not finishing the workout.
One of my very, very good friends, her and her husband moved away a couple of years ago from our gym, but we had that programmed for the AGOQ a couple of years ago. It was the first time I ever did it. And when it came up, Bernard was telling me, he said, Taylor cried after this workout. Like, that's how bad it is. And I was like, thanks. That's encouraging. It's super awesome. I really want to know if somebody cried after they got done with it. That one's not a bad one for me, even though I'm not a great rower. I am pretty darn decent at thrusters. So like,
for some reason, my core was just done mid workout of that.
I
I probably went out too hard on the row to start because I'm a really good rower. And the thrusters are probably where I struggled. And when I hit, I think it was the 15 on the row, like I just wanted to vomit. And I think what made it even worse is my 14-year-old daughter, her first ever open, did that workout RX and kicked the shit out of me at 14.
Oh,
She smoked me so bad. I think she went unbroken on the thrusters the entire way. She was so strong as a little girl.
let's see. Least favorite. Oh man, least favorite. What did I say I was not going to do again?
Now 14.5 and the repeat 16.5 are right real close to that 15.5. And that was the burpee thruster. And I think it was stupid. Like 21, 18, 15, 12, 9.
Yeah. I would say, and it was a redo. I don't remember if it was in 19 or if it was in 20, but the dumbbell snatch burpee box jump over. And it was like an ascending, anything with an ascending rep scheme can get bent. Like I am not a big fan at all. And Brandon programmed was something today that went down and then rest 5 minutes and then went back up. It's not fun. But I remember specifically saying, if I never do this one again, I think I'll be okay. And yeah. I'm decent. Like I'm really good on the dumbbell, but that freaking them burpee box jumps, dude, just it smoked me. Absolutely killed me.
Lido asked, does my daughter do CrossFit now? She's actually kind of leaking back into it. When she was in high school, she was really like against everything CrossFit because I loved it so much, right? And she had been CrossFitting from like 12 to 16, and she was out lifting women in our gym at like 15 years old. She just was so strong. And she had a decent engine if she didn't let her mind get to her. And then she kind of like went away from it for a little bit. And now that she's out in Montana on her own and she's looking for some gym time, she's actually kind of like dipping her toe back in the CrossFit water.
Let's go, Corey. Let's go.
Yeah.
Love to see it, right? Love to see it.
So yeah. Andrew said, and redone once or twice. I think that's 17.1. You know, in 15, I think maybe it was 14. I redid a couple workouts and I just learned that like I am not good at redos. Like once I know what the pain is, like I am not good at like diving into it again. And I just stopped doing redos. I just stopped because I would do it and get like 3 reps better. And I'd be like, I did all that for that. And the other thing was like, it was killing my like regular training to be healthy. Right. Cause I let the open workout take up 3 or 4 days. And then you get back and you do 1 or 2 workouts and then you're back to another open that takes up 3 or 4 days. And so I just stopped. I just stopped doing redos and just let's one and done it and get back to, because I'm not going to the games, right? Like for you, you're trying to qualify for something that makes sense to redo. For me, this is just my test once a year to see where I'm at and then get back to regular training to stay fit.
I just had an epiphany, or just one I just remembered. It was a 0.5. So maybe 20.5 with the chest to bars it was like 1 billion chest of bars. People were doing singles the entire time. God dog it. Is that 20.5? I gotta go look now. No, that's not 20.5. So maybe it was 19.5.
Train all of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 dumbbell snatch and bucks, jump overs, gross. That one was awful too.
Yeah, 19.5. 33, 27, 21, 15, 9 thrusters and chest to bar pull-ups. 20-minute time cap. I'll remember that one clearly, and just like trying to slog through just every single rep. And I remember watching videos and people talking about, yeah, we just do the chest to bars in singles. Like, you'd be better off because you'd be able to get to the bar and do your thrusters. That one was rough. I would actually probably wouldn't mind doing that one again, but I just remember it being miserable at the time.
One and done 99% of the time, super rare. I'll do a redo. Ken Walters, you become acutely aware real fast after the first try. Yeah, you do. Train Olive, I only redid burpees, pull up, shuttle run, and it was like 4 extra reps, just made me more mad. Exactly. Lido, I think more people might be tempted to redo this year that the barrier to quarterfinals is 25%. I'm not in that. I'm in like the 20th percentile. I got a long way to go to quarterfinals where I'm at currently. Now, once I get this shit fixed next week, we're coming. And that'll be like 2027.
Let's go.
But I do think she's right. I think for people whose goal is to make that top 25% and you're right on that border, I thought one of the coolest things was when Castro tried to make the age group quarters, and he was talking about doing a redo to make sure he got into that top 25% because he was right on that cut line. And I thought that was like the first time I was like, Dave, yes, that's what you need to share. That's the shit that's awesome, that you're going through the same stuff we are, and you're trying to make that 25% cut. And then the fact that he got rid of that the next year after he himself fell into that trap of trying to make it. Why the insanity of getting rid of that level of the season? It just made less and less sense.
Yeah.
Mark Phillips, I flew during that one, Corey. What a great time. Oh my gosh. The only bad thing about the Open, it is during cold and flu season. Like, I have been where my buddies are like hacking up a lung in the middle of an open workout because they're trying to get through cold and flu season.
We are so not used to like actual cold weather down here that when it happens to pass through and there's cold, dry air in there, when the air is dry around here and cold, and it's an open workout or something like that, dude, like people are just, it's like for hours, like during the entire time, laying on the ground, trying to catch their breath, just beating themselves to shit. It's fantastic.
David Reed, the Open should be renamed How Unfit Am I? Dude, you're a glass half empty guy, aren't you?
Yes. I need to, so my son just started back doing CrossFit, right? A couple months ago, we want to get back in the gym. Cool. Awesome. So I asked him the other day, I was like, you signed up for the Open? He's like, I'm not ready to sign up for the Open. I'm like, yes, you are. That's a ridiculous argument. Well, I've only been back a couple of days. That's a perfect time to sign up for the Open, because now you have a benchmark. You're setting a benchmark. Hey, this is where I'm at this year. I just started back. It doesn't matter because I just started back. Sign up. I'm going to do these workouts, and I'm going to have this entire year to work on myself, get fitter, and see where I land next year. It's I hate that argument so much, dude. Oh my word.
David Reed adds, my superpower is sandbagging. Lido, exactly. Statistically, there are just more people around that 75th percentile line.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a huge goal. Like, by taking that away last year, it took a goal away from 15% of the people that signed up.
It's a lot, dude. It was a lot.
Larry says, I've never even finished all the workouts, but that 25% is my goal. My support system looked at me and said, there's no chance. I believe in you, Larry. I believe in you.
We believe in you, Larry. We believe in you. I will be your official support system through this entire thing. DM me. We will trade phone numbers, and I will keep your ass on in line there in the entire open. I have no problem doing that whatsoever. You can make top 25. I've seen you muscle through gymnastics. It's absolutely insane, and you're probably the strongest person in your age group. Yes, sign up. Go through it. Finish them all. Finish 25, and we'll do quarterfinals.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Larry getting his 25%. That'll be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Now I'm going to be watching the leaderboard.
Shit, yeah. Oh, speaking of leaderboard, before you get on that, do we still have our Clydesdale hashtag? Do we need to make a new one?
Hashtag Clydesdale.
Hashtag Clydesdale.
Yeah, the girls looked it up when we were live on Sunday night.
Okay.
It's still out there.
I need to get caught up on that show. Good.
Every year I pray we don't have thrusters. Never comes true. When I saw 33, 27, 21, 18, I was like, F me, I did it twice. Not just F me once, F me twice.
I mean, I admire John's prayer support system. Like, maybe we won't have thrusters this year. We're going to have thrusters this year. Like, that's just the thing. We're going to have thrusters. You can have thrusters. You have some sort of pull-up. There's two things you can count on.
I saw Jenny post an open workout with the dumbbell thruster. I don't want to see that one again. I'll go barbell all day long. Dumbbell thruster. Dude, I walk out of there concussed because my front rack mobility is not the most awesome thing in the world. And like those dumbbells will just hit me in the head like over and over and over again.
That was when it was 4-6-24 or 6-4-24.
It was 4-6-24, right?
24. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly, Jenny.
Yeah.
It's only 4.
It doesn't mean I'm any less concussed.
No, like that's how I thought about it. I was like, it's only 4 at a time. Like, who cares? I couldn't get my heart rate down for an hour and a half afterwards. I went and got an ECG and a freaking stress test the next day because I was worried like I had did something wrong. I'm not exaggerating. That happened. I had, the little monitor they'll glue to your chest. I had that on there for a week during the open because of that. I had to do that one twice because I had to stop on the first time. And I looked at Jeff and I said, something's wrong because my heart was just, yeah.
Jenny said, the toaster bar and dubs are my jam. I actually did really well on that workout on those two pieces. But every time I had to pick up those dumbbells, I just wanted to be done. And it was only 4. I think if it was any more than 4, I would have quit. 4 was just like that number, like, okay, you can pick this up and go get through 4 more. But I did that with Charlie. And if you're an old time listener, Charlie, it used to be Charlie and I, like, we were both banging our heads so bad with those dumbbells. And we were going rep for rep. Oh, man. It's crazy.
Love me some Charlie. Shout out to Charlie.
I like 4. Yeah. Thank God it was 4, because if it was any more than 4, I would have been doomed. Alito wants that to be repeated.
At Southland Camp, not the last year, but the year before that, we redid that one, but with barbell instead of dumbbell. It was fun.
If it was a barbell, man, I would smoke that workout. In my, healthy.
Brandon programmed it with a barbell for us at Southland Camp, and it was fun. It was still devastating. Like, it was rough, but it was fun.
Jody pipes in, good news is I have lots of customers here. Bad news is I missed the majority of this. See, upstate, like, she's Connecticut, right? I think Connecticut.
I think so.
So
East
she's
Coast
up
before.
above New York even, and they're not sweating the storm. The customers are flying in to get some cabinets this weekend.
Yeah. And getting measured up. I love it.
Lido and the Toast Bar double under ascending cleans.
That's money. Bring that one back. I want to do that one again. Bring that one back. Please bring that one in. That's money for me.
Larry says the problem is I'm like, okay, what do I need to get before the open? Dubs, thrusters, wall walks. I need a lot of shit, but I signed up.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I'm hoping that like with the treatment for this sarcoidosis, I'm able to do the open. But I'm signing up regardless. Jonathan, breaking news, be aware of exploding trees in the extreme cold. I think it's not going to be like what they say it is.
If it gets cold enough to start exploding trees, we got it. We got issues.
We had a nice storm on Christmas here. Gosh, it's been forever ago. My daughter was tiny, and trees exploded. The weight of the ice on the tree made the trunk explode.
The dude, one of our coaches was coaching this morning, works for Energy, which is a major power company around here. They're on call this weekend. And he said one of the things they're going to do to try to keep the ice off the lines is pump up the power that's running to them so that they stay hot. And that ice doesn't, because if they get, the problem down here for us big time is that's how they'll end up snapping ice because we're not used to it, right? So I don't know if it's a different cable, whatever it is, and then they'll end up snapping. So he said that's what their plan is.
That seems a little risky itself.
He said that's what their plan is. I was like, oh, okay.
So, Tim Allen back in the day, just need more power.
More power, baby. More power. But yeah, that's to try to keep them heated so that the ice doesn't stick to them, doesn't accumulate, and we're good to go. Which, again, looking at the forecast I just looked at, if we get snow, it's not even, I don't see it happening. I just don't.
Even if trees explode, I'll have people looking for cabinets.
That's a good thing, Jody.
Jody must have some pretty damn good cabinets.
I mean, it's apparently so.
If people are driving through exploding trees and 25 inches of snow just to get her cabinets, man.
That's what she said. It's modern colloquialism now. Kids are referring to that as cabinets.
Yeah. Damn, that needs to be her advertising. How good are our cabinets? I'm willing to drive through an exploding tree. We're saying, are you sure you're only selling cabinets? And
what is in those cabinets?
Cabinet.
That's right. What is in those cabinets?
All right, guys, this has been a fun show. Everybody bundle up out there, but before you do, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're the first person to know when we're on, even though we're here every day at the same time. We'll be here Sunday night for Sunday Night CrossFit Talk. Next week is a shit show for the schedule. Most likely there will not be a Monday show unless my biopsy gets rescheduled because of a level 3 snow emergency.
Just like how you said, it's a level 3 snow emergency. Like, it sounds ridiculous. I know it's an actual thing, but
yeah. Level 1 is just like, hey, it's slick out there, guys. Be careful. Level 2 is, hey, please stay off the roads unless you unless you have to be out here. Level 3 is you are not allowed on the roads. You will be arrested if you're out here.
So shouldn't it only be 2 levels then? Because if like level 1, I'm pretty sure if it's snowing. You don't need the state going, hey, it's snowing, which I take that back. I know how the public works. You actually do need to tell them that it's snowing. I'm sorry. I retract my previous statement.
Be careful of this coffee. It's hot.
100%.
Right.
100%. That's how all of this started.
Right. This Superman Halloween costume will not allow you to fly.
Or be bulletproof.
Correct. Right. Yeah, we have to explain everything. With that, guys, bundle up, have fun, watch a movie, watch some old CrossFit Games footage, and we'll see everybody next time on lunch with the Clydesdale.